I'm very pleased to see in our museum prominent guest Ilya Kushnirsky, a famous New Yorkian art collector. His company, Fine Art Shippers, is well known also in Israel for its outstanding service for art collectors all over the world. And we are very pleased to receive two gifts, graphic works by Moshe Castel. The first is Yad Avshalom, very famous place in Jerusalem, and the second one is one of the gates in the wall of the old city in Jerusalem. And here are these two works. The first one is signed. The second one is not only signed, but dedicated by the author to Kalman Ginzburg, a famous Israeli impresario. Here is his book of memoirs. He passed away more than 40 years ago, and this work he was gifted. He received it from Moshe Castel in 1972. It's our pleasure that today, here in museum, the Moshe Castel Art Museum in Ma'ale Adumim, this work, signed and dedicated by Castel, becomes part of our prominent collection. So thank you very much, Ilya.
Thank you, Alec. Thank you. I'm very pleased. This indeed was a very interesting experience that through my network, after I found out that you became the prominent curator of this museum, I was able to accidentally, and it really happened accidentally, meet the family and acquire these two works, and thanks to you, now they're part of this museum.
Thanks to you. Moshe Castel is the only Israeli artist that his works are displayed on the permanent basis, both in the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, and the residence of the President of Israel. Every time that the new Israeli government is inaugurated, there is collective photo, President, Prime Minister, and all the members of the government, and they are photographed behind the work of Moshe Castel. Moshe Castel's work from the backside. From Menachem Begin's government in 1977 for almost 50 years. So Moshe Castel is a really prominent Israeli artist not only to art lovers, but to Israeli society in general. But our museum, we host more than 80 works by Moshe Castel in our halls and in our collection, and more than 60 various graphic works, lithographs, serigraphs, gold embossed serigraphs that Castel created through his life. It's important to emphasize that he was so important as an artist in his lifetime that his lithographs were created by Ferdinand Merlot, the most famous European lithographist who worked also with Henri Matisse and Pablo Picasso. And we have the examples of all these works in our collection. However, for some strange reason, this was, I suppose, he created it in 30 copies, and we do not have even a single one. And now, due to your generosity, this fine work becomes a part of our collection as well. And this work, we have such a copy, but not dedicated. It is dedicated to Kalman Ginzburg. Kalman Ginzburg was a very prominent figure in the Israeli cultural life. And now you see the connection between Castel and Ginzburg. Ginzburg, we call it Israeli Sol Yurok, the most prominent Israeli impresario ever. And due to your generosity, to Fine Art Shippers' generosity, these two works now enrich the collection of the Moshe Castel Art Museum in Ma'ale Adumim, the only art museum in Judea and Samaria. And thank you ever so much, Ilya, for this.
Thank you, Alec. For me, it's also great pleasure because you, since day one that I came to Israel, and I came here first time when I did Aliyah 5 years ago, you became sort of like my gateway to the Israeli art, to the Jewish art, from the time you gave me a huge tour in Jerusalem, the time that you educated me on collections of Jewish collectors like Bargera.
Thank you for contributing to the book about their legacy. This book was published both in English and in Russia, and it's the first book to commemorate the legacy of these two prominent Israeli art collectors, Kenda and Yaakov Garbera. I hope Ilya will elaborate also in future, and thank you ever so much, and we'll be also pleased to see you in the Moshe Castel Museum of Art.
Thank you, Alec.